Hello, we're back with another Sunday TRS. We have a lot of EOSD runs today. We'll get through them. I actually had to skip another EOSD run. It was another EOSD EXNN. By all means, it should have been next. It should have been played this stream in the queue, but there's only so much EOSD there's only so much of the exact same run that we can watch in one sitting, so my apologies to Joe Seal, I believe, but we're just going to skip your run today, and it will be shown next stream by Gustari. So yeah, we'll just work with what we have right now. Near the end of the stream, we're going to have 2 consecutive very high level scoring runs by 2 fairly well-known Western players, so stick around for that. But in the meantime, we've got a bunch of USD runs to get through, a bunch of survival runs to get through, so let's get into it. Tell me if I need to adjust the volume, by the way. But first up is going to be a hard 1cc run by Mijouch. I'm probably butchering the name, but no, Crispy. At least they're using a fairly interesting shot type for the achievement. It's Mercer B. Not... Well, to be fair, all the shot types in EOSD are viable for 1cc, but it's not very often that I see Mercer... Well, I guess Mercer B is fairly popular, considering it's got Master Spark, but laser gameplay would be interesting to watch, see if they actually know how to control that. And it's just going to be quite fast as well, because of how high damage it can be. Let's have a look at the run comments. We'll skip the usual, and it just says my first Touhou hard 1cc, so let's see how they did. Right, so EOSD, we're gonna do this run first, and then 2 EXNN, or rather 1 EXNN and 1 unconfirmed EXNN run later down the line. The submitter didn't want to disclose whether or not it was actually an EXNN and just put EXNB, so that's gonna be a guessing game. Other than that, we have then SA, Lunatic Survival, Low-K Lunatic Survival, both are 1cc runs, so We will see how they do there, and then we'll end the stream by a EOSD Lunatic scoring run by Cactu, and then a Morph LNN scoring run by DXK or Koume, as they submitted. But yeah, EOSD Survival is a very straightforward system. Well, I say system, there's no system to speak of really. It's just, you want to collect some power early game, and then get to max power, and from then on it's just smooth sailing, just literally dodging and bombing. There's not much you can do, not much you should do. That's interesting pattern to bomb on Cherno, but it's alright. One bomb on Cherno is okay for 1cc. Ooh, not being able to go under. Almost timed that out. Alright. Expected-ish bomb, I suppose. It's not... it's a fairly uncomfortable pattern if you're not used to reading those kinds of bullets. Oh! Okay, that's a pretty quick death, actually. Kind of unfortunate, but they should be able to do just fine on the rest of mailing. Hopefully. They're gonna delay collect. Oh no, they're not. If you delay collecting the large power item, you can delay getting your full power cancel. And usually, on that pattern in particular, you can actually delete one wave of bullets, or close to it at least. Just a very slight optimization you can do, but that Dream Vine was kind of nasty, to be fair, so... Alright, mailing's very high here, so that's going to make this third non a lot more comfortable. Alright. Not much to say here, just plain dodging. I am noticing that they're not really able to chase the boss actively. Sometimes they're pushed to the side and they're just kind of getting stuck in the side until the game really lets them back into the middle. I can understand that, bomb. But this is a lot of resources spent going into stage 4. So I'm not sure how they're gonna handle the rest of the game from here. They died one time. And they've collected... How many extends was it? They've gotten the stage 3 extend. And then... 10, 20 mil extends. Doesn't look like they know how to do the stage section, which is bad. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Now Marissa can take care of these cancel fairies very easily thanks to the piercing of the lasers and its high damage, but it's still kind of important to at least sort of know how to do the stage section, especially the later half of it. Books is actually quite tame on hard, but that dash was not exactly very well controlled, but for a hard 1cc level player, especially for a first hard 1cc, I don't really expect dashes to be particularly successful like that, so that's alright. It's just a bit concerning because this is kind of low amounts of resources for this point in the game. They have only 2 more extends left, so that's 6 lives and 4 bombs, and at this current resource usage, unless they really do the late game well, or at least do the patchy fight well, or, well, at the bare minimum, this stage section well, then they might be cutting it kind of close. But at least they know how to do laser books, so that's fine. This is one strat, I suppose, just sticking at the side and doing vertical streaming. I mean, you are right. They are doing this sort of like it's a cave game, wherein you don't do any real like micro streaming. They're just doing macro streaming across the entire screen, which is it's possible on hard because these that's interesting bomb. It's possible on hard because the aim streams here are only 5-way, so they're not that wide. And also they're playing Marissa, so they have very high movement speed to do that with. They killed the middle one a bit far. Okay, that's an instant bomb. I honestly would have tried to kill the right cancel fairy first before bombing that, but maybe it was like a late reaction bomb. Anyway, they know the safe spot, the lasers on the first wave, or shotgun at least, but okay, this is fine. 4-2, only 2 more extends left. Oh, okay, don't do that. You need to make a bigger gap if you want to restream that. Ah, that RNG. Should have moved up earlier, but it's alright. I definitely don't expect the hard 1cc to be able to read patterns or react to patterns like that. Not quite yet. But again, this is very concerning resource usage. Alright, Silver Dragon should be a free spell. This is something that only Marissa B gets, and I don't know, just look at it. They're just standing still pretty much. And then Emerald Megalith. Bubble hitboxes are abysmal, but at least you only... Oh... You only have bubbles firing straight down, but the random spam is still fairly difficult to read, and that's a nice death bomb, but also one of, honestly, a really bad Megalith. Water Elf, this is, now you have to contend with the bubbles. Oh no. This is really bad. They only have 2 more extends, so there's only 4-2 left in the entire game. For the entirety of stage 5 and 6. How does this clear? Yeah, this is this stage 5 needs to be the cleanest possible thing, or they practice Vermilion really well, because this is not enough resources at this current resource usage. And oh god, this Mercury, oh my god, these dodges. This Mercury Poison is at like the lowest possible rank, and it looks insanely uncomfortable. Oh god. Alright, they've got one of the extends, but that's the final score extend they're getting at 16 million. They have one more extend if they shoot down mid-boss Sakria's spell card, which is what was it called again? Something misdirection. But I don't know. I hope they know what they're doing. They know how to do the safe spot on this section, which is good. It bodes well. I really don't like doing the tap downwards there because you can overshoot, but they pull it off anyway. Mesmerizing misdirection, yeah, thank you. Okay, stream. They're actually doing this. Like, they're doing this better than some of the lunatic. They're doing this better than some of the 1cc's that we saw last week. Yeah, they've actually got. Oh! Okay, I was about to say that they've got the stages routed, but not quite. But Wall Fairies is tough, so I don't blame them. They know how to do this. Okay. Yeah, good. They know how to do this. They're shooting it down. I assume they're gonna want to time it down as well. A quirk of... well, okay, not really a quirk, but Marisa B isn't able to hit Sakuya with the lasers like that. I think... not sure if you can even hit Sakuya backwards if the laser's unfocused, but you don't really have to try it because you will do enough damage with the main shot anyway. Okay, good. Do they know how to do this spell? Looks like it. Yeah, simple streaming, making this a static-ish pattern. Never mind, but nice death bomb. And they're doing the streaming sections fine, so they know how to do part of this. Yeah, overall this stage went a lot better than stage 4 did. But then again, stage 5 is also one of those stages that once you learn it, it's really hard to mess it up. Okay, they still need a good Sakuya fight. Oh, that's that could have been dodged, but good enough. Good enough. I'm crispy. Yes, they're doing just tab streaming, but you'll be surprised at the number of runs that we've watched on even higher difficulties than this that just don't tab stream properly. Okay, good. Very nice. Full power cancel a bit early there for my liking, but dodge that. Okay, okay. That could have been avoided if the power cancel happened a bit later, but that's alright. They capped it. Do they know how to do the spell? Oh no. Oh, they're gonna do the straightforward without it in there. That's a problem. This spell can be done in an easier way if you misdirect the knives to the side of her. Or rather, like to the bottom right or bottom left of Sakuya. That makes most of the knives go off screen instead of like having to be dodged. So that can help reduce the density of the pattern overall. But let's see how they do on KD. They have 3-1. This is gonna cut it really close. If he caps KD, I'll quit drinking. Well, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for you, but no, that KD is still very rough. It's a good Sakuya, that's for sure. They managed to do most of the patterns fine, and they didn't die, most importantly. But again, only 3 lives for stage 6 is very iffy. I'm expecting a death to probably Meek, if not the mid-non. And then they only have 2 lives for Remilia with like a couple bombs, so it's going to be down to how well they can do the Remilia fight. Did they just almost mess up the streaming there? Looks like it, but okay, they did this fine. Good. Now this is Marisa B, so the bomb is quite strong. It can deal a lot of damage to patterns, but I don't know. Yep, there we go. Death to Meek. Oh, they're gonna have to bomb it. I don't think it's a problem of ethical Meek. I think most 1cc players just don't dare or don't know how to do the Meek spot. Okay, first non. Bubble hitboxes are terrifying. Bomb on first non. Yeah, do whatever you need to survive, honestly, but YDL. That's interesting gap. Okay, that's fine. No! Oh god! At least the waves aren't overlapping, but... Alright, they know how to do this. So this non should be free. Okay. Thousand Needle Mountain. Okay, yeah. That's expected plan bomb. This is a fairly rough pattern. Didn't pop for knife non, good. And VI. Oh, bad start. Oh, really bad start. Bomb? Yep. Okay. Alright, this is actually very good resource count, but they need to make it through this non. Hopefully they won't die to it, but even if they die to it, they can't afford to bomb and then spend like 1 or 2 more bombs on Meister, and then from there they'll have enough resources for SG. They're actually dodging quite well on this random spam. Alright, just one part left. Please don't. Oh no! Okay, that's fine. Alright, good. Very good, very good. Now they're on good pace. Okay, well, that's Meister for you. Oh, wrong way! Yeah, yep. Good bomb. Alright, that should have sealed the deal. Good cancel. A bit awkward, but this should be fine. Oh god! Alright, alright. Not much damage was done there, but it's okay. They have a lot of resources to work with. Ooh. Yeah, they're not really actively going after the boss, and they're using bombs to try to fix like their positioning when they're really bad off-centered, but yes, SG is very scary because there's a bomb shield, so if you're not able to stay under the boss and deal damage consistently, then even though you can feel like you're dodging this pattern, well, okay, that's a wall. Even though you can feel like you're dodging this pattern for a very long time, you might not actually be doing like any real damage. Now, thankfully, after the death there, they've been given a lot of time to just deal some damage, but look, they're just pushing to the corner again, and they're not really going back to the middle, and they have to bomb to get back to the middle, which means that they're missing out on a lot more damage again. This is actually gonna cut it close. Oh no! They've got this, but yeah, the awkward thing about bombs on SG is that it will always force you onto the dense wave, but okay. Okay, good. That's a clear. Yeah, saved by stage 5, really. The Remy fight went pretty well apart from SG, honestly. As a general thing, definitely noticed that they were struggling on just doing damage, really. When playing a forward focus shot like that, it's fairly important to really try to do as much damage as possible by staying underneath the boss. Now, EOSD doesn't have a boss indicator, understandably, so you have to look up to know where the boss is, but even so, it's just, yeah, a bit awkward. Very well done, regardless. 1cc is a 1cc, and had a very good stage 5 to make up for the honestly kind of bad pace on stage 4. But yeah, if you want to like improve, or when you're looking to maybe go into the other games, then that's something to keep in mind. Because if you're gonna play a forward focus shot for those games as well, then being under the boss to actually do damage is going to be fairly important. Now, EOSD is also the one game where the boss like randomly moves all over the place, which is not great. Some of the later games will have the boss. Most of the later games will have the boss favoring to move into you, move towards you, so that should help. But it's still just a general thing to keep in mind. But yeah, that's our first run of the day. We're gonna move on now to one of the 2 EXNN runs. We're gonna start with the confirmed EXNN run. Let's see, as a sort of template, maybe, for what you're supposed to do in EOSD Extra. Let me update the run info. Both of these EXNNs are done with Reimu B. By confirmed, I mean that one person has stated EXNN in their submission, and one person has not stated anything in their submission. So, let's see. They only put EXNB for their EXNN submission. The comments say that they don't want to confirm whether it was an EXNB or EXNN, so I'm expecting it's going to be a close. Probably like it comes down to QED, that kind of thing. But yes, EOSD Extra is a very heavily routing and just like knowledge-based extra stage. Most of the extra stages are, but most of the patterns on Flan are intimidating to newcomers. But in reality, most of them are actually very simple once you know like what you're doing. They can be a bit difficult to execute, but for the most part, it's just about knowing how to dodge them and then executing that dodging. This applies to pretty much the entire stage section, honestly, including the Apache mid-boss. But there is one major pain point for EOSD Extra. As with most extra stages, there's always that one spell which is really tough and out of place, and it happens to be QED in this case. QED is Flandre's final spell, and it is pretty much just raw dodging. It's very difficult, and it gets really difficult when it has like little to no health left. That's when people will die most often, and that's when you're required to dodge, like, honestly, one of the most difficult patterns that EOSD has to offer. But we will see how they do. Alright, good silence, Celine. So Royal Flare is a pattern that is completely static. There is not a single bullet that has any variance here. Every single bullet spawns exactly the same way every time. So as long as you know a pattern to dodge this, then you can re-execute it every time and it will be 100% consistent. And yes, that is true. EOSD gives you the fewest resources of all the extra stages. We don't really care about that here because it's an EXNN run. They're gonna like not use any resources to begin with. But for 1cc to play, you only have 4 lives and 3 bombs. That's it. So it is a very punishing game. Resources are scarce, you need to spend them well, you need to spend all of them well if you want to be able to clear this at a 1cc level. This section is pretty much streaming. I think sometimes the random pellets can be a bit awkward though. I actually not sure. I don't know if these pellets are random. I can't remember if you get a bomb from the last ferry trains. Okay, okay, that was a bit spooky. No, doesn't look like it. That's just a 1-up, and then there we go. Alright. So, Flandre's first non is, well, all of Flandre's non spells are honestly free. So the main difficulty really comes from the spell cards. What is this strat? Okay, that's an interesting way to do Cranberry, as long as it works. Lava Tin, very iconic spell, but this is completely static. You just need to know her movement, and then from there you can execute a plan every single time that will work. Now this is actually another unconventional route, I'd say. Most people will actually try to shoot Flandre for the entire duration of that to like kill it faster, but anything works really as long as it's consistent for you. 4 of a kind is a bit random, but it's not really dense, and for EXNN level play, this is not a pattern that people should be dying to. There we go. Kagame Kagame, extremely strange pattern, but you just want to stay high enough such that you're not having to dodge these bubbles point blank, but you're also not having to deal with too many of these greens. Yes, 4 of a kind dies really quickly if you're able to shoot the actual Flandre for its duration, and you're a strong shot type like Frame B or Mercy. Sometimes Flandre, the real Flandre will go and hide behind a clone, and that's when the spell can really drag out, but usually it's not that bad. Now this is Maze of Love, and all you really have to do is just spin and follow the gaps. It's a bit spooky, I suppose, but once you can execute this, it really shouldn't be that difficult. There is an alternate strat, and it's honestly a lot harder where you micro through the walls at the bottom. That's a speed kill strat, and for some people it can be more consistent, I suppose. The micros are a lot tighter though. Alright, Starbow Break. This spell infamously has a safe spot in the top left corner. In the end of the enemy word at the top left corner, that is a safe spot. But if you do that, you will time the spell out. You can't shoot it down, so the spell isn't really difficult enough to warrant using the safe spot, honestly, so people just dodge it. Catadioptric is a route. You sort of just do the same thing every time and it'll work. Okay. I honestly don't know why these nons are so pathetic, but they also die really quickly. So there's really not much to say about them. It's just very basic dodging. Alright, now this is another routing spell, but the crux of it is to understand that the bullets that Flandre fires at you are aimed, whereas these laser wheels, or clocks I suppose, are static. So as long as you can figure out a way to dodge this, you can do this pretty consistently. And then now we have the survival, and then there was none. This is the first phase here is a bit weird. What is this? Okay, I suppose. It's a bit weird, but usually you can just figure out a way to like misdirect those bullet spawners in a way to make it not wall you. It's not really a difficult pattern, honestly, and from then on it's a completely static pattern. So one thing that they can do is that on the final waves of this, where the pattern speeds up and starts overlapping some of these different formations from the sides, if you go up to the middle of the screen as the pattern ends, you'll be able to get in a lot of shotgun damage before Flandre declares her final spell, which is QED. And that, before she declares the spell, the health bar takes a lot more damage than it should. because spells in this game take significantly less damage. I believe about 1/5 the damage of a non-spell. So, oh, they didn't really do it. Whatever, they just poked it, but you can see for a second that even though they only shot at Flandre for like half a second, it actually did a fairly sizable chunk of a health bar. If you do a full shotgun, you can actually take this to like basically this point in the health bar. So, yeah. Now, it's not really that important because the difficult part of the spell is always near the last part of the health bar. The earlier parts are really easy, so it doesn't really matter, but you know, it's just something that you can do. Yeah, again, you only skip the easy part of the pattern, so you don't really have to do it, but now the difficult part is coming in, and let's see how they do. Alright. Okay, interesting weave there. Nice. And that's well, okay, some of the strats were not exactly conventional, but that is still a fairly clean EXNN there. So, well done on that, GG. That's apparently their first EXNN in Touhou, so well done on that. And well, I suppose that with how well they're executing all of this stuff, they're more than free to try some of the other games as well, some of the other EXNNs. They should be just fine on that, honestly. What? Oh god, I clicked on the wrong sheet, alright. We're gonna go on to our now question mark EXNB, I suppose. Let's update the run info. Now they put EXNB in the run submission. Is it this one? Hang on. Yes, it's this one. Okay, the run notes just says, don't want to spoil if it's NMNB or just NB, Reimu B shotgun goes burr. Let's see. Let's just quickly do a comparison between the two runs. Though there's not much to compare until like some of the Flandre spells. There were some unconventional strats, not really like standard strats that we saw on the last... What is this? Speaking of unconventional... I know that sometimes like you just get bored and then you just kind of monkey around and do weird stuff on easy stage sections, but that was very weird. Alright, now what they're actually doing is using the power cancel from full power to neutralize a difficult-ish stage section. Yeah, they're dodging power earlier in order to preserve the full power cancel into the fairy spam section. Now, what I typically see is that people will preserve it until like the last waves of fairy spam, or even here, because this is like honestly the actual difficult part of the spam section. But you know, anything works as long as you're comfortable with it. Okay, Silent Celine is a bit random, but mostly a easy pattern. What is this? Not exactly the gap I would have taken, but whatever. Alright, this is a very safe Royal Flare strat. Yep, nice. Philosopher's Stone. Okay. That Pog looked a little bit apprehensive, but, you know, they got it through. Nice. This is, yeah, very aggressively poking. Now we're going to see here. We're gonna see soon how they do on Flandre, but I assume that they're gonna shotgun a lot of patterns just from the run comments. Okay. Let's see how they do. Oops, sorry. These are some very aggressive speed kills. These are some pretty aggressive speed kills. Oh, but this is actually a bit of bad RNG with. Oh, not again! Yeah, Flandre is hiding behind her clothes, so you can't actually shoot her. Really fast on the other patterns, but yeah, that was unfortunate. Another very aggressive position on Kagome Kagome. Nice. Maze of Love. Are they gonna do the bottom strat? Oh, they are! Well, so you can see that that makes the pattern go by a lot faster, but as consequence you have to micro some fairly tight rings. Okay, Starbow Break is, yeah, just shoot and stay under her. This is a very fast Flandre. Catadiop trick. Okay, yeah, this is a speed kill strat as well. Mostly. Though it's quite risky to try to follow her on that, so it's understandable. Alright. Not much you can do here to speed kill, because the lasers will get in your way if you try to shotgun her. Oh, we're already at a survival! Okay. Okay, that's fine. That looked like a wall at the top. Okay, good. And this is the shotgun strat for QED. And you can see that it took out a good chunk of the health bar before the spell declared. And, well, honestly, all it does is speed things up, because now you just get to the hard part faster. Let's see how they do. It's, my bet is on double KO as well. Alright, last phase. RNG's being... Well, I can't say I'm surprised. QED is just it's just like that. But unfortunate. You'll get it soon. In a way, EOSD EX Extra can be considered QED waiting room for survival. So the only thing to do really is to just grind more. But I see, you've been stuck on one miss. That feels bad, but I mean, it's also kind of to be expected with extra NNs. Pretty much every EXNN has a pattern that's just like that. Flan just hurts because it's the final pattern, but it can happen on literally like everything. Alright, oh, I accidentally clicked something on the video. Give me a second. But we're gonna move on now to our next run, which is going to be a... What was it again? What did I put in the schedule? Essay, was it? Yes, essay. Essay Lunatic Survival. You are looking at Tanabata Star Festival on Tri-Ultra. Tell me if I need to adjust the volume. Let's have a look at the run notes here. And let me update the run information first. Okay, the run here says fast forward stage 1 and 2 since those are NNMB. Stage 3 and onwards the run falls apart and becomes a mess. But I figured out insect's nest on the fly and made Oku feel unsafe after what I did. That could have cost the run. Okay. So we will expect a train wreck from stage 3 onwards. So let's see. Essay Survival, again, a game that's pure dodging for survival. There's a very minute amount of optimization you can do with the pox by grazing, but it's really not that necessary. The key thing in Essay is the way to acquire lives. Life pieces are only dropped by not dying on boss patterns. So, if you die on a boss pattern, you will not get the life piece from that pattern. But if you bomb it, or if you cap it, then it will drop a life piece. This is the only way to get extents in this game, and it makes the game sort of snowbally in a sense. You have to do well-ish on bosses in order to accumulate enough lives, but at that point, you might not even need those extra lives. Let me actually restart this. Let me actually restart the stage section. I skipped the early part by accident. So, SA Stage 3 onwards is where the stage sections actually start getting very difficult. Stage 3 has, I believe, the fairly infamous Laser Hell. These laser yin-yangs can be kind of difficult to read and dodge. Now, Well, what are you doing? What? No, just stay under Yugi and shoot her. What? I don't understand what that first non was, but okay. Anyway, Reimu A is... What? Now, this is the kind of run that you reset, usually, when you're doing 1cc sessions. But maybe they just got sick of it. They just got sick of resetting, so they wanted to continue. Please bomb, please X, yes, X, good. They were a bit high there, they could have gotten sniped again. Okay. But again, yeah, this is the kind of run that when you die too much to easy shit, then it's honestly worth considering whether or not you want to reset. Especially considering that, there was one death to Yugi's mid-boss spell, which is a static and free pattern, which also means that dying to that loses you, like, another life piece on top of, like, losing the life. So, this was extremely bad. But yeah, if you get sick of resetting, then it's normal to just want to continue these runs, even if just for practice. What? No! No! These patterns are... Ugh. Alright, 3 miss stage 3. 2 of them to boss patterns, so that's really bad, but still continuing anyway. Whatever. Let's see how this run turns out. Oh my god, yeah, okay, that's not how you do that. Alright, knockout in 3 steps is looking nice. What? You were not supposed to take that gap. There was a perfectly nice gap to the left, like a nice tunnel. Why not dodge that? Ah! Alright. This pattern here is actually aimed, so you can just kind of make the same movements constantly over and over and you should be able to dodge just fine. Bombed it for safety anyway, that's fine. Now, what I'm seeing here is that they don't have the mid-game routed at all. But they will probably make up for it with very strong... They will probably make up for it with very strong late game performance, but we evidently haven't reached late game yet. Are they gonna try to cap it? Yeah, that's a bomb. Point items, no! Whatever, it's 1cc. Shoot it down. Good, nice. It's not unusual for players to be like really well practiced. What? Okay, that's not at all how you're supposed to dodge that. It's not unusual for there to be players that are really well practiced in like the very late game, but not that well versed in the mid game. But usually not to this degree where they like, evidently they really don't feel like they know what they're doing on stage 3 and 4. Typically speaking, people will want to practice the earlier stages because, you know, they're easier. the most difficult parts of the game are usually located in stage 5 and 6. So practicing those is understandable, you don't want to waste too many resources on them. But not to the point where you completely give up on practicing the mid-game, which is usually a lot easier to learn. But again, let's see how they do. Reimu on Satori Nons is actually more comfortable than you'd be with Marissa, I suppose. That's the benefit. Oh, where was I with the shot type? Right. Reimu is a very popular shot type for 1cc, but it's not actually it's got very good damage. It's got very good boss damage, but it's not really the one that most people would recommend, I'd say. Because it is entirely possible to abuse the power bomb system in this game. It's nowhere near as abusable as in Moth, for instance, but you can definitely still make the most out of it with shot types with very strong bombs like Reimu C, Marissa A, and Marissa B. Those shot types, you can plan bombs that can skip entire patterns instead of what Reimu A has, which is honestly not a skip at all. Like, most of the time, if you bomb too early on the pattern, you're gonna have to bomb it again anyway, so that's not really the kind of thing that can happen with Reimu C, for instance. So unplanned bombing in a 1cc is going to be a lot better with those other stronger bomb shot types. But Reimu A is just a very strong shot, and there's a lot of routes and guides that you can look up, so that's a very nice fin. Yeah. Ethical Boab. Okay. Alright, not so ethical after all. I can totally understand. I did this in my 1cc as well. Because it's very uncomfortable to try to get the safe spot if you're not very well practiced with it. So bombing to get into the safe spot is perfectly understandable. Five misses in the early game. Yeah, I earlier said that SA survival was like a snowball, where you just roll as large of a snowball as you can in the early game, and then you use that large snowball that you've accumulated to try to survive crashing and burning in the last two stages. Now evidently, this has already crashed and burned, but they're somehow managing to somewhat rebuild their snowball in stage 4 from the Satori fight onwards, so they won't have much of a snowball to crash and burn with, so they need to do really well on stage 5 and 6. But, well, they know how to do the opening of stage 5, and not shooting here at all? You can get some power back here if you want. But, oh well, it's alright. Alright, Orange mid boss. Okay. They know how to do first non. Alright, good. Second non is probably a bomb for a 1cc. Oh, okay, well. That's the worst possible bomb timing, because that carries the bomb into the spell, and whenever that happens, except for the boss will start the spell with a shield that will basically negate damage for the duration of the bomb. So that wasted a lot of damage on, well, one of the most difficult patterns in the game. Oh, this is gonna be a death, isn't it? Ah! Oh god. Immediately following which is a very difficult stage section. Thankfully, Reimu A has gapping, which helps. Okay. 2 lives. If this was like a conventional 1cc player, I would say that this was definitely game over pace. But let's see how well they do on Orin. SA's power bomb system is strong enough that if you know what you're doing on the boss patterns, then you should still be able to make it through fairly well. And they are doing the safe spot on the first node, which is a good start. I explained this in the previous TRS, but there are a lot of benefits to doing the safe spot, the first of which being, well, it's safe. And it completely negates all of the random spam that comes out of Auron, usually. But secondly, it ties in really well to the opening of this spell, where because you're already so high on the screen, you're able to misdirect these fairies upwards, which gives you a lot more space to work with, as you shoot them down when they're near Auron, and instead of being much closer to you. Now they still bombed it, but that's fine. Alright, they're gonna do the safe strat here as well, where you use the properties of bullet spawning to force the bullets near Auron to not spawn, and that gives you basically a completely huge space to just do a tap stream of the spirit's explosions. This spell is just spinning. At 3 power, there really isn't any issue for Rainbow 8 to kill stuff. It's 2 power and lower where that can be a problem, but 3 power is just fine. Alright, this is where this is where the snowball is crashing and burning already. Wow! Wow! Oh! How is this gonna recover? Unless they know exactly how to do a low power final, then this is not going to... They really need to know how to do a low power final here. I hope they have a strat. It looks like they do, actually. But, okay, never mind. Bomb again? Yep. Alright, they have 1 life going to stage 6. And no power. This is a 1cc? Oh my god! No! No, no, no! That is not a good place to die at all! What the fuck? This basically needs to be no miss Utsuho. And and the first couple patterns are the most difficult part of Utsuho. What the hell? Alright, 1 life piece from this, but then what? Fully unfocused? Alright, if it works for you, I suppose. It looks like bottom dragging. Oh no 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 no! Don't focus here. Bomb UNR, yes. Bomb Peta, yes. And you can still get an extend, but Is that going to be really feasible? They'll be doing Peta at 2 power, basically. Alright, misdirect the first wave of UNR. Okay. That's decent dodging. But no damage is the main problem. Because the angle is not quite correct. Yeah, 2 bomb UNR. Could be even more actually. Three bomb UNR. How is this gonna survive How is this gonna survive Peta? If the misdirecting was done slightly better on UNR, that could have been easily a 2 bomb UNR, but it wasn't. And oh god, a bomb here as well? Alright, well, Cap Peta. Cap Peta or run dead. 0 power Peta, might I remind you. Now Peta is a very high variance pattern, so there is a chance that the RNG here is free, and right now it actually looks like it is for the most part. No, not anymore. Okay. Alright. A bunch of miracle dodges, but we're not even halfway through the health bar. Now we are. They're gonna do it. Very nicely done. Oh god. Don't move up. No, my god. You can't Peta, but you don't know how to do the third non? Oh my god, what is this? This non is completely safe at the bottom of the screen. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Oh my god, no, don't do that. Oh god, you're giving us a heart attack. Alright, clean on. But there is no more life after this. It's literally not possible to get enough life pieces, so this is only 4 bombs remaining for the rest of the game. Now the rest of the game is only 2 spells, but these 2 spells are killer on nerves, so... Very good. Good Tokamak Cap. Now Tokamak Cap is not that unusual, even for 1cc. It's not actually a very difficult spell, but Sub-Sun, let's see. Sub-Sun is also not exactly a very difficult pattern, but it's absolutely insane when you're like really nervous. Gaps are being nice so far, actually. But the... Well then. Congrats! You get to brag that you capped the Peta at 0 power on your 1cc. That was the worst 1cc I've ever watched. But it was also amazing. Yes, you missed a 0 power pedicap. Um, they bombed 3 times on UNR, bombed the second non, and was forced to cap peda at 0 power and 0 lives and 4 pieces. So the cap saved them, and it was necessary. Um, if I'm going to assume that this is like you said in the chat earlier that this is your first 1cc without a card cheese, so I'm gonna assume that was your only other Lunatic 1cc. So advice, a word of advice for you when you go on to other Lunatic 1cc's. Don't do that. SA is one of the few games where you're able to get away with dying so much in the early game and still like being able to make up for it like that. But you are going to want to be able to, well, learn the rest of the game better, honestly. Your stage 3 was... I can understand not wanting to reset on stage 3, but 4 deaths to stage 3 is just insanely bad pace, especially considering how many boss patterns you died to. And, you... I mean, granted, you recovered very well near the end, but yeah, it's just really about saving resources as much as possible on what should be free sections. Like the death at the start of stage 6 to a streaming section, that kind of stuff is just it's entirely avoidable. So if you cut those out, then your runs are going to be a lot less tense than this. And for SA it worked out, but I really can't say the same for the other games. Like the other games just are not, they don't have this sort of life system. is what I'd say. But yeah, that was a very, very interesting run we had. We're gonna move on now to the other game where you can kind of make up for an abysmal early game in. Let's see how well they do. The player is in chat as well, and I'm hoping that... Well, I don't expect the run to be like as crazy as what we just saw, but I'm hoping that it's interesting still. This was a Reimu survival run, not the typical 1cc shot type for Low-K. So... yeah. Give me a sec. And again, tell me if I need to adjust the volume. Alright, let's have a look at the run notes. Skip the usual. PB was Dorami non-1. I still have no idea how this run happened. By PB you mean you only made it to Dorami's first non on 1cc pace. Okay. Well, let's see. And I suppose let's just get into it then. So Low-K Survival is a game where, sort of like SA, it's a snowball, except that it's easier to build that snowball because it's easier to get life pieces from everywhere in the game. But also, it's easy to die everywhere in the game. Low-K is brutally difficult. The way you get lives in this game is that you get awarded a life piece for reaching a certain score threshold from a checkpoint bonus. Every so often in stages there'll be a checkpoint, and every single boss pattern is a checkpoint as well. The calculation is that if your grace times shootdown percent is over 200, then you will be able to get a life piece from that checkpoint. You only need 3 life pieces for an extend in this game. So it's very easy to earn extra lives if you know what you're doing. Did I just watch 2 deaths to Ringo's first spell? We're watching the rest of this. You only need 3 pieces for an extend. So it's very easy to earn extends, but also you saw earlier, and you're seeing right now, Low-K is a brutally difficult game, and every single pattern can be considered dangerous, apart from just pure streaming stage sections. So it is a game where you can die everywhere and still make up for it just by having enough lives, or by making up for it with a streak of good checkpoints. Now, on lower difficulties, it is admittedly kind of difficult to earn. Please stop dying. It is possible to. It is kind of difficult on lower difficulties to reach that 200 threshold. You have to really know how to slow graze some stage sections in particular, and even boss patterns. But on Lunatic, it's really not that difficult. You just kind of dodge and you'll have the 200 anyway. There are some stage sections where you're not gonna get it anyway, like this one for instance, because it's too short and it's not wise to graze it anyway. So yeah, that kind of stuff. There are some sections where you're not gonna get your life pieces, but for the most part, you're going to be able to get life pieces very easily. So even though this run has, what, 3 deaths already? 4 maybe? It's still fine. Well, it's still fine assuming that they know how to do the rest of the game well enough, and it looks like they actually have a good run for stage 3, so we're on good pace for that. Yeah, this is how you're supposed to do stage 3. Typical 1cc short types for this game are Raisin and Sanai, because both of them have very good survival bombs. The thing about Sanai's bomb is that you are able to graze for the entire duration of it. The bomb only cancels out bullets at its very end and deals damage at its very end. So for the entire duration of the bomb itself, you're able to just go use your iframes to run into bullets and graze them, and that can easily get you your 200 threshold without even really trying. So that is the primary reason why Sanai is very good for 1cc, apart from having a strong, well, not really strong, but apart from having a very comfortable homing focus shot that can take care of stage sections. Raisin has a bomb shield. Now the bomb itself doesn't do any damage, but the bomb gives you 3 additional hits per bomb. And every time you get hit with the shield, you cancel a small area of bullets around you. On some patterns, the bomb shield is not that useful, but on other patterns, and for the most part in the across most of the game, it's a lot of extra hits, and like it's just a lot of extra bomb value. On top of that, the bomb shield does also increase your graze range. It also does increase your hitbox, but on a 1cc, you're not really going to be dodging that much stuff that you couldn't dodge anyway. The hitbox is not going to make that much of a difference. And the increased graze range is going to make it easier to hit some of those extra checkpoint bonuses. So it's beneficial, just very beneficial. So yes, Marisa has the hardest 1cc because, well, first, Reimu is not a typical 1cc short type because the bomb is extremely unconducive for grazing. Fantasy Seal, like all of the orbs in Fantasy Seal constantly cancel bullets. So the only way you're really grazing with Fantasy Seal active is by using the start of Fantasy Seal and running up into a bullet spawn point. But that's usually not a lot of graze anyway, so that's already not a very good start. On top of that, even though Reimu has very good homing, which can take care of stage sections very well, she still has to dodge a lot of the soft stuff, and the bomb itself is not that strong. It doesn't really skip patterns that well, so sometimes your bomb is not going to like really be able to do enough. And I mean, mostly the biggest challenge is just you need to get your checkpoint bonuses, you need to get those extra life pieces if you want to be able to get an easy clear of this game. Now, Marisa has the hardest 1cc. Her shot is terrible for stage sections, no range, harder stage sections easily. Very good boss performance, but the bomb is complete ass for grazing. You literally cancel all the bullets. God, dying to this pattern? But yeah, Master Spark cancels all the bullets in front of you, so you can't graze anything. And even if you wanted to move onto the boss or a bullet spawn point and then graze from there, you can't really do that in the 1cc because Master Spark saddles you with an insane movement speed penalty, so Marissa easily has the most difficult 1cc of all 4 characters in this game, and it's... we don't really see Marissa 1cc runs for a reason. But yeah, let's see how this the rest of this Reimu run turns out, because right now it's not looking so hot. This is already a lot of death to early game. I think it's pretty obvious, but even if the bomb cancels bullets, please press X. Final is static, so if you have a route, you should be able to dodge it. Alright, good. Yes, yeah, LMV, I mean, Low-K has a lot of resources, that's for sure, but for a 1cc play, I would really still prefer to have more resources than this. It's just, it's easier to survive late game when you have a bigger snowball. And it's really, it's harder to build a snowball in the late game. But Low-K Stage 4 is an exception. Low-K Stage 4 has a bunch of just streaming or routed patterns. Now, it's not easy to get your chapter bonuses on there, but you're not really going to be losing that many resources to this stage section. Okay, that's a good restream. I'm not shooting here. Yeah, this no life pieces so far from this stage. But they will get 1 life piece from the upcoming section, no problems. I don't know how they're gonna build resources from this point on. I guess stage 5, it's easy enough, but... Right, this section is purely aimed. I'm sure most of you in chat already know, but for maybe new viewers who don't know, this is completely aimed. Stage 5 is easy with Reimu, specifically. The stage section as a whole is a lot of spam that gets almost spawn killed by Reimu's amulets, so you have very little to really dodge. And when there's stuff to actually dodge, it's just static. So... three lives and 3 bombs into Sagame. I guess it's fine. Alright, this is a clean first spell. Very nice. Good, that's an extend. Second the non-spells as a whole can be learned. They're not too tricky unless you get very bad yin-yang positionings. Second spell should be easy. Very nice. Oh, barely got the 200 there actually. Right. Safe spot here. Good. So this is if you want to get your 200, if you want to get your life piece on this spell, then you have to do this. Then go back to this bottom to shoot down Sagame. But yeah. Alright. Final spell is not that difficult to read. I think this should be able to cap. Yeah, the last non is quite spooky. And we're through. 5 lives. Yeah, this is... okay, this is fine, I suppose. And they're gonna be able to get more from stage 5. Now you can see the real benefit of Reimu. Normally, if you're playing Marissa for instance, you have a lot of streaming bullets to deal with there. With Reimu, you have literally nothing, so... yeah, this is why I say that this stage section is actually quite simple. Alright, slowly streaming from one side to the other. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, they have a route for this. This is good. Alright, Clown Piece is gonna come in and do her thing. But this section right here is actually completely aimed, so just tap. And another Reimu advantage. Well, not really, I guess. She does reduce the overall density, so when you have to do this circling, it's safer. Alright, now the actually difficult part of the stage section is this part. If you want to just do survival, then there's a few ways to go about it, but this is fine. For 1cc bombing, this is more than understandable. Yes, the stage theme is called Faraway Voyage of, what was it, 380,000 kilometers? Yeah. Faraway Voyage of 384,000 kilometers. Ooh, dying the racetrack section. It's fine. What happened to the Reimu advantage here? If you stay unfocused, you can make this a lot simpler. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. Yeesh. Racetrack should be static, I believe. Alright, now we have the infamous boss fight. This is good dodging so far, but Clumpy's moved a bit too... she's moving even lower! Oh, barely missed a 200! That's a shame. Oh god, what? Hello, Amiko. Did you not practice this this survival? Oh dear, that's really bad. Oh no. Yeah, this clown piece right now is quite a disaster. Quite a disaster. Alright. This spell, the RMG is being nice so far, not really giving any walls, and moving back into position fairly quickly. Good. Ooh! Oh my god. Okay. That was a nice one, but... Alright, good. Doing a strat on Grace Inferno. Yeah, this is a clean Grace Inferno. Striped Abyss is kind of a free pattern, but this is moving really far to the side. It works, it's fine. And Reimu can actually hit Clown Piece with the homing. Apollo Hoax Theory should not be a difficult pattern as well. Alright, we're gonna make it out of stage 5 with 2-1. This is a bit sketchy. Oh, another player not shooting these. If you want a shot at getting the life pieces, you have to shoot those. I mean, obviously. But it's... Without shooting, this is only 3-1 for Junko, so... I kind of feel like that's really sketchy. Actually, it might even be 3-0 because of rain. Yeah, this is probably not going to be a rain cap, so 3-0. You just kind of shoot those and then graze some of the bullets and the bullet clouds that they leave behind. The slowest ones. I mean, you can try, but... Yeah, 1 bomb rain, that's pretty standard. Alright, 3-0 for Junko. This is... I'm gonna say that this cuts it close. Let's see how this goes. Oh. Alright, Plop should at least be free, so... 1 life piece. I should be able to get at least 1 extra life, maybe 2. Ah! No, no, no! Oh god, no! Please don't lose your... Please don't waste your lives like this. Please don't waste your bombs like this. Ah! Oh no! 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 That's not how you do lilies at all! Oh my god! Actually dodge the non what? Is this gonna be a second bomb? No? Alright, good. Dodged 1 wave. Can you dodge 1 more? Actually, you don't have to. But no 200 again. Unless? Okay, 200. Ah, bombed it anyway. Can't really get 200 on jump rope non, so unless you cap this. I mean, it's TSS after this, so it should be fine. Yeah. Need to yeah, this literally is like the last run. Needs to cap TSS to save the run, but I mean, it's not a 0 power panic cap, but you know, same gist. Alright, alright. That's good. Pristine Lunacy. Oh no, that's all. Yeah, this is all the life this is all the life we're getting. Well, PL is hard. Please don't die. Okay, good. Oh my god. This should be easy enough to cap, and then we have 1 life for PDH, which should be more than enough. Yeah, this is this run saved. I don't think I've ever seen. Okay, I'll be nose, so yeah, you can't snow clear if you def extend. But your timing needs to be correct. Yeah, your timing needs to be correct, because it's just about the sequence of events. Alright, the death there is completely expected, but 3 bombs for this should be enough. Since PDH doesn't actually have a bomb shield, this will be more than enough to take the rest of the pattern down, even without really dodging. Yeah, GG. Very nice. That was another scuffed run. Low-K, but I will say Low-K is a game where that can happen much more easily than SA. You can see that they died everywhere in early game, but they still managed to build up a decent amount of lives just from late game alone. So yeah, nicely done. Reimu 1cc is not exactly the simplest. Well, far from it, really. So, good job. Right, we're going to move on to our final 2 runs of the day, and for that, I am actually going to ping TSG to see if he can come in now. We have 2 consecutive score runs. One by Cactu and one by DXK. We're gonna start with the EOSD score run by Cactu. Hello.
Hi.
We have a score run on TRS for once, and a very high level one at that.
Oh fuck! It's an actually good one as well.
This should yeah. If this is the run I'm thinking of, then this might be what the 600, 700. I don't remember, but this should be a very high level, like top 5 run.
Since nobody knows, all right, you already spoiled it. Whatever. I was about to say hide the score on the thingy.
Ah. Oh well.
Also, I was in the middle of fighting a boss in Labyrinth too, so this is gonna be funny. Just have the fucking mini boss music running in my background for the entire time. Let's go.
All right. EOSD. This is probably that is an insane run. Alright, we're not gonna skip anything with a score run, so we're gonna use as much time as we can to explain the game's mechanics. So yeah, let's jump into it.
That's actually 1 million higher than the highest scoring clear.
So EOSD scoring is, you do most of the same things that you would in other Touhou games, but the method in which you gain the score is slightly different.
And what you do is, by the way, do you do screen shares?
Oh, right, I fucking forgot about that. Give me a second. Nah, the score's already known, but yeah. Alright. Screen share
right.
on?
Yeah.
Alright. So, this EOSD scoring has a few sources of points. The first one is that they're collecting the point items here. The point items are worth 200,000 maximum, and they lose score proportionally based on how low on the screen you collect them. And then the second source is by...
Alright, so I mean, what most people will do is get grades and get good cancels. That's
yes.
like the main sort of the extra score that you get.
So you will see that they graze.
Usually...
Yeah, they graze the stage sections really hard, and then they will cash in with either just good cancels at the end stage boss fights, or with a bunch of bomb cancels.
I keep forgetting that some people go for these strats. Oh my
yeah.
God.
How tight is that?
I don't, what?
How tight are those?
I don't know how tight they are. Like, they're learnable, but obviously heavily RNG dependent as well. The first one is static, and I mean, I guess all spawn raises are tight to begin with.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, a major source of points that comes from the grace is star items that you get from cancelling bullets. There's two main ways to cancel bullets, either from bombs or by defeating boss patterns. bullets that you get from bombs, star items you get from bombs are usually worth only 100 points each. But at the very end of the bomb, or rather after the bomb is said to have expired, the star items revert to their normal value. So what the players will do is that they will bomb in a corner in order to make the cancel wave happen as late as possible, such that the items are collected after the game thinks the bomb is over. That's called corner bombing. Well, the name is self-explanatory, but
there's a lot of really funny strats in this game.
yes.
So, and Cactu is crazy enough to go for most of them.
This non is RNG, by the way.
All Roomy and all are, but
yeah.
the like since there's like actually still a decent amount of waves on both runs, like the race you get at the end shouldn't differ by too much between runs.
Alright, Demarcation is going to be a very juicy cancel. You can see that they're gonna set up a specific nice, there you go.
Could have graced another wave.
But yeah, it's fine. That's a very good Demarcation. Now, the 15
is extremely high for Spin 1.
Yeah. Now the 15 mil from Demarcation that Kana's mentioning in chat, that's from the cancel bonus, which is separate from the star items. But you still want to cancel as many bullets as you can.
He's commenting at his pace.
Oh. That was... bleh. Oh yeah, at Demarcation, sorry. I misread that completely. Yellow bullet bonus. There's
no... I mean, actually, there should be at least one cancel in this game where you can achieve 15 mil. That's like later, and it's not the yellow bonus. That shit caps pretty quickly.
Huh? It doubled on the fine. Okay, that's alright. That's interesting. Did it?
Yeah, but this game does that. This game just does that.
Is that intended? It probably is, I have to guess.
I don't know. Zoom is weird.
I mean, this game has a bunch of weird scoring mechanics in it as well. So
Zoom is weird today, and Zoom was weird 20 years ago.
yes. Alright, this is gonna be a hit graze on Cherno. I mean, grazing is gonna be very important, and then from there, I mean, really, most of the game is going to be about grazing stage sections, and then grazing boss patterns and timing down pretty much everything. But they will want to shoot down patterns and not let them time out, because that will actually if they let them time out, then the bullets will cancel out without having any cancel items.
TLDL, by the way, it's get big grace, get big point items, get big cancels.
Yes, that's
the mechanics.
I mean, in a sense, it's sort of similar to a lot of other Touhou games, but the way that you get there is slightly different. Alright, this is a very high grace.
I think someone mentioned that this is about as close as Izumiko would go in his runs. And before he fucked off and became a Monster Hunter super.
How much is the stage clear bonus part of your total score, or is it not that much? It's not that much, is it?
Quite a bit. Like, some of them can reach 20 million. I would say maybe just shooting from the hip, maybe like
it's
15%, 10 to 15% in total.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot. It's scaled based on the amount of grace and point items that you collect in the stage section, so it can be quite a lot, yeah. And obviously the fine. Oh my god. There is also clear bonuses for resources, but unlike some of the other games, it's not that important here.
$64. This is about average for a player at this level. Actually, it's a bit higher than average.
I mean,
I think a painfully average score out of stage 2 is like 60 mil for 700 mil level players. Alright, which strat?
yeah. Oh,
800. He's doing the 800 strat. Pretty respectable. Although, I guess 800 strat is pretty standard at the point.
yeah.
Alright, red section. It's impossible. He actually skipped one wave. Will he do the second wave though? No, he skips it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's good pace. Don't want to waste it, I guess. Alright, bombs to get into position and does another grace. One more.
Oh, he actually did the stage 2 bomb. There's a you can do no bomb stage 2. It loses 500 mil, but gains 500 mil on stage 3. So like either route works.
Pick your poison.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna see all that grace really pay off at the end of the stage. Into a bunch of corner bombs on second non, was it? No, third non as well.
I'm actually starting to notice some differences between Cactu and Gobo's routes. Like, Gobo seems to do a lot more spawn races. At least in this stage. I don't know. Maybe I just study playstyle too much. Playing it safe here.
Yep.
Which position? The standard one, right? There's a position there that's a lot more precise that you also can stand in.
How much more does it give?
I don't know.
Okay, okay.
This strat's pretty standard. Actually getting pretty good RNG here.
That's yeah.
Yeah. Now she's too low, so she might go up. So
Yep.
And actually fucking phenomenal RNG, what the fuck.
And then that transitions straight into a suicide for grazing Rainbow Wind Chime. And all of this graze is going to be for a good reason that you'll see in a second.
I didn't pay attention to the grace counter much, so because like obviously there is a oh fuck he got item capped.
Oh. There's alright, this is corner bombing. Take note of how much score he's getting from each of these grey items. Okay, you can't really see it, and it's not English patched, but it's
It's 2 something.
6 something.
26,000.
26500. 26500 from one grey item, so each bullet cancelled. Well, not exactly each bullet cancelled because not all the bullets are going to be collected after the bomb, but it's still a huge amount of score.
So he got item capped, but he didn't lose the big piece, so he's still gonna be able to get the first cancel for the
Turn on.
Spell, yeah.
Item cap occurs when there's too many items on screen. The game obviously can't spawn all the extra required, but yeah.
Including star items.
It's notoriously for most of you, it can happen in Iron. In Survival, Tay cannot spawn her 1-up. It happened on TWC one time, I believe, during a score run.
Didn't it happen like all 3 years?
I don't remember if it happened all 3 years, but it's very, very unfortunate. Alright, 3-0. Books cap time. I mean...
So, like, there's like a pretty common route is saving a bomb for stage 4 because fuck books.
Yeah. That's not what's happening
Island
here.
players will just do all 3 bombs though and hope to cap books, and then depending on what happens, then they kind of have to adapt in stage 5.
You can see that they preserve the power item as late as possible to do a power cancel, and that's just making full advantage of the 8,000 grace that he's built up. So yeah, this is a lot of
301. Fuck.
this is a lot of score from just cancels.
I think like I'm pretty sure the first few 700s, a standard pace into stage 4 was 285 maybe.
Whew. No, the thing about USD compared to the later Touhou games is that you will not see, well, apart from like Morph, I guess, you won't really see like score increasing exponentially over the stages. It's just the score that you can gain from each stage is decided by the stage itself, by how much grace you can get on the stage itself, not by like accumulated PIV or anything. So
yeah, this game, I mean, I guess technically it has PIV, but
it's
not
stage-based
really.
PIV, so it's yeah.
Which also, I mean,
Okay,
which
this
also
looks.
makes-
Oh god, what was that? Oh, nice cap.
Not even gonna comment about that one. It's like if you want to be very strict, then I mean, depending on how you look at it, every game is like 6 ILs, but this game especially is just 6
6
ILs.
ILs. Yeah, and then you combine that to get your final score.
Hidden Star is 5 ILs.
Not wrong, I guess. Alright, spawn grace these. Shoot, cancel. Yeah, nice.
Lucky? No, he's not. Yeah, like at least with the first fairy, you have like an absolute ton of time to line up. With the other one, you don't.
Yeah.
You have to hope for it. Have to eyeball it and hope.
Is Cap's book or Reset the future of EOSD?
Yes, but I'm not sure if anyone actually wants to really push the game farther than 800. Why? 2040 EOS meta. I mean, yeah, to be fair, some games at least outside of Touhou, have like absolutely fucked metas that are like not even near fun to grind for anymore.
Yeah.
But to each their own, I guess.
I mean, people can find absolutely fucked stuff fun if they like enjoy it for whatever reason. So we'll just see if people want to push it still. Though right now I don't know if anyone wants to.
300 BPM streaming, anyone? Like, I heard about that and I wanted to die. Let's see here. Making an effort to dash up quite high here.
Just to catch a bit of extra grace from the lasers, but
some players, I've seen some players dash even higher than this.
yeah, this
Like,
is
they're very dangerous.
well, not great RNG final wave, but
This spell gets a lot of grace also. Actually, it's a bit of a grace grind, but without any bombs. Because, like, A, her cancels are huge by default, and B, stage 5 low.
alright, this spell is just a speed kill, not much you can do here. Just maximize the spell card bonus. There you go.
To quote Gobo Sama on Twitter, Green Storm is very, very difficult.
Water Elf is not playing nice.
At least the spell's not really that difficult, so long as you know, pay attention.
Alright, Mercury Poison, another speed kill.
There's a cancel on it, and I think it's after like
Oh yeah.
12 shots is the optimal timing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Too early, but whatever. Still lots and lots of bullets on screen.
Alright, RNG bullshit.
Funny game.
Nice! And
He
that's
entered
stage
3 of
4.
5. So that was 118.
18.
Yes.
But yeah, and then stage 4 as well.
Stay. God fucking damn it. He spawn grazed.
Yeah.
Also got screwed over by Bullet RNG, so.
Oh,
Yeah, he fucked that.
oops.
There is a backup strat, and it's this one. It's a lot less though. It's out on a cancel.
That's unfortunate. Stage 5 is, well, okay. This is going to be the main point of variance in grazing. If you can stick to Sakuya every wave as she fires off the Red Kunai, then she'll give you a lot of grace per wave, but it's not always safe to do that.
Has anyone ever gotten 100% extraction from this?
I find that difficult to believe. But USD players are mad. It's alright, apart from one wave there, it's actually pretty much full. Oh,
Yeah.
alright. Now we're gonna start bombing to get more grace.
Misdirection is funny. Misdirection, sorry.
Kill these fairies for items. And then that's a corner bomb in the middle of the screen, but it's basically the same thing. Oh,
Why, dude?
hey.
He dropped so many there. All because he got rammed. He got crushed by that extra fairy that he wanted to kill, dude.
So
that fucking hurts. Cats.
that loses. I mean, the loss is not just the point items alone, but also because of the stage clear bonus. So it's a pretty big loss. But oh well, just continue the run anyway. And the resource run might be off as well.
No, his resources are fine. He just like that's still a death that you want to take just later in the first non. Still a bit of a waste of a suicide because that suicide is also used to like spawn graves, the per knife waves. So yeah, he drops about 300 or 400 rays there also.
Okay. Going to do a cancel here.
I've seen so many people die from that cancel.
Yeah.
I have not been able to figure out this fucking spawn grace, dude. How does this shit work?
Oh, didn't get any grace there.
Like the supers make it look so easy.
It's just timing, but it's tight. I mean, it's a spawning grace. Alright, now we see the corner bombs here. So this is gonna be 3 corner bombs. Is it good for it to be so far in the corner? I guess so.
Pretty good ones so far.
Alright, and then gonna use these bombs as well. Rainbow B, the bomb of Rainbow B doesn't do much damage, so it's actually very beneficial for this purpose. And we're gonna go into stage 6 of 0-0. Gonna time. Oh, it's a bit too far in the corner there, but
Yeah, that's bad RNG.
EOSC boss movement is completely RNG, so there's really nothing you can do to control it. But yeah.
Doing the intro in the middle while trying to focus on items is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Opting for no spawn graces here, probably a good choice.
Oh. One hit Grace there before moving down, and then we're gonna see the Meek safe spot for Grace as well.
Why are you milking?
Oh my god, this is not a lot of Grace.
You got a little bit from it. Funny Meek spot.
3,
2, 1, 0.
Alright, so yes, EOSD highest level scoring will have to do Remedia with basically no resources. This one bomb is for Meister.
Yeah, Meister if you get walled. Actually, I forget. Which one was Meister again?
Second last spell.
Oh yeah. Meister if you don't get walled.
So yeah, it basically has to be Ellen and Remedia. Now granted, at this level of play, they're already really good at survival, so it's not that much of a concern for them. But it's still very
I'm still sitting and idling on this mini boss. By the way, it's hilarious.
A lot of EOSD score runs don't actually clear, and that's okay. They already got the score, so for all intents and purposes, most score runs that don't clear are still perfectly valid. It's just that, you know, you lose a little bit of score from clearing the game, so that can be unfortunate.
Of course, he's timing down.
Why the hell? Oh my god.
He didn't really extract much from that race. Sad. I think you can extract a lot more from this strat.
There's nothing stopping you from scoring with more credits other than your replay can't be saved, and your score has a 1 on the end, and also your score is reset. And because this game doesn't have a PIV system, then you lose all of your score pretty much. Knife non-pock, nice. He's waiting for a good position to cancel the knife non. Okay, that's not it.
I think he's just milking.
Is he? I guess, yeah. There we go. Alright, VI. VI is just survival. Okay, yeah, that's a good dash to the left there. Alright, it's okay.
Alright.
If he gets past Meister, he'll already have 700, so... Wait, will he already have 700?
I forget how much this cancel is worth. A couple million, maybe.
Yeah, does need to get past Meister. Instant bomb. Oh, he's just doing a speed kill. Yeah. And now SG.
Twitch Smile spell cards for Twitch Smile people.
Ooh. There we go.
Not the best cancel he could have gotten, but nice run.
7. Alright, let's look at the final score again. 735 million. This is I don't remember how much this is. Like what position this is, but this is definitely one of the top runs in the world for sure.
It's up there. Trademark.
I just remember one day seeing Kana post in the EOSD Scorer Discord with pinging a bunch of other players saying, "Congratulations, you lost a position to Cactu." So, yeah. Very well done, and thank you for submitting your run to TRS. We hope to see you more, honestly. These high-level score runs are always quite a treat to watch, and yeah, it's just insane. The level of play that's here is like, it's a level of play that a lot of people can only hope to achieve. I mean, naturally, it's something that some very few people will really have the motivation to go for, but it's just insane to see the results of their dedication.
Right.
All right, our final run of the day. Let me see if Ina can come in here.
Yo.
Oh, hello. You're already here. Nice. All right. Our final run is by one particular Koume, DXK.
Oh boy.
It is a Morph Marissa C, LNN, and the comments just say second Marissa C LNN. This time with some talks, but well, it's a bit more than an LNN, isn't it? Yeah. So Morph is one of the games where, because it's of its scoring system being not that heavily tied to the the scoring mechanics are not heavily tied to survival. You are able to perform LNN scoring very easily.
Yeah. Though there's still some CBT stuff if you want to.
Of course. Now, LNN
like
scoring
CBT.
is a very rare thing because, well, in the first place, you have to be able to LNN. But
Plus, in most games, it's not that interesting.
yes, Morph is a very rare case. Let me get the game up. Oh, I need to raise the volume a bit. Alright, I'm gonna actually go ahead and hide the score for a second.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't want to look at the score, then also don't look at this. So I will go ahead and just start the run now. Alright, here. So Morph scoring, the crux of it is just faith management. So you can see that at the bottom of the screen there is a meter and a number. That is your point item value. It's called faith, and the meter is your faith meter. You can extend the meter by collecting items, by defeating enemies, and that's it, right? The meter will go down slower if you have items on screen, and if
Alright, I think I should point out, so there are some very heavy item order strats down here to collect faith items before they're point items. That way you get more effect out of the faith items. But really, these are just micro optimizations, especially on LNN scoring, because there's a lot more room to optimize.
yes. But yes, your faith meter management is going to be like very the most important thing that you do in the entire game. Your maximum faith is actually reached fairly easily. You can even do it in the 1cc sometimes. It's just 999990. So once you reach that, you can't actually get more faith, but you will want to make sure that it stays there as much as possible and not drop, because once the faith meter reaches the bottoms out, it will drop your faith quite rapidly. So that's something that you want to avoid as much as possible.
Yeah. So I saw before that the mid non cancel was extremely good. I didn't even know you could get that much. Yeah, the cancels so far seem really good, as expected of the escape pretty much. But like basically, the route is just the same. I'm guessing it's gonna be the same, pretty much the same as the world record, except the parts where you usually bomb.
Yeah.
So
the bombs are used to get more PIV or just for stability sometimes, frankly. But yeah.
The bombs are for iframes.
Oh, yeah.
like the other half of the game. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see how he solves that part of the game.
Yeah, Marisasi can actually POC a lot more than Beimubi without bombing, so it's really cool to see like everything just get cheesed. Like for example, this part is really hard to POC with Beimubi. Well, I mean it's not like super. I mean I might have overstated it a bit, but like it's still very much not a trivial thing. Meanwhile, Marisasi just plants the options and just gets it. But this Kedama POC is definitely not easy either. Then you just have a bit of a filler section. Not really worth bothering about item order in LNN scoring. And yeah, this is usually the only spell you'd bomb in a score run, but here it's just a regular speed kill, not much to see, and then just trying to get all the items properly. And oh, he's back in like the optimal item order strat. Cool. So like by POCing just the first faith item along with the other items from the previous wave, you basically get an extra 20k each wave.
How does that strat compare to EBM style?
Not entirely sure what that is.
Have you seen EBM?
I mean,
style
I probably have. I just don't remember every strat. I mostly remember stuff that
EBM like lets 3 waves.
3 at a time. Oh yeah, that I think it's I think this way gets a bit more, but it's a very small difference.
We're gonna wait for a good cancel here.
Oh, yep, that's a very good move in RNG. Okay, he's waiting for the cancel again. There we go.
Managing to get 3 options lined up on Hina there, actually very nice. But that's just RNG movement, honestly.
Yeah, it's just complete luck.
Oh. How good is Mercy anyway compared to Ring for scoring?
I mean, for scoring with bombs, it's not really that big a difference in the grand scheme of things. But Marisasi is the best overall, but because she has the highest damage for the most part and can do a lot of stuff easier. But for LNN scoring, it's a world's difference because she can basically, there's a lot of sections that basically only Marisasi can POC without a bomb.
Yes.
So it's way higher.
You're not able to do absolutely everything, granted, but
yeah.
Usually with regular Mercy scoring, you'll see very funny positionings where they'll collect power items from less than full power in order to set up their options in a funny way that maximizes their damage output on boss fights.
Yeah.
But we won't see that here. We just see the regular positioning of 3.
Okay, so Hydro Camo coming up. Let's see what happens. Okay, good wave so far. Yeah, pretty nice. A bit far to side, but yeah, could have been.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the movement wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is basically trivial with Marisasi. Oh god. Yeah, this is so. Okay, so there were 2 great items there, but it's not that big a loss. It's basically like it's 700k at this point. Yeah, but yeah, for example, Daymubi can't really do much on that section because she has way lower move speed and can't leave her options damaging the fairies. And yeah, this section is usually no bombs, so there shouldn't be much of a problem.
Alright, you can't really avoid the faith dropping there, but you can just reduce the amount of lost faith that you have.
Yeah.
The best for LNN scoring is a hilariously specific niche, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I take it seriously is because it's something I've done. So yeah, I don't think there's gonna be much to see on Midori.
Not particularly.
Unless there's some crazy RNG here, but I can't expect much. I'm not gonna expect that with Marisa C especially, because she kills everything super fast.
So the rapid unfocusing that they're doing is actually so that they switch the option to unfocus, the unfocus variant briefly, because the unfocus variant actually shoots out some missile projectiles which deals some extra damage.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, the option movement, the option placement on cephalic plate is always really interesting to watch because you have to be very aggressive to deal damage.
Yes.
Okay, so here just leaving one fairy alive so that the faith drop is smaller, because faith drops slower when there's
enemies on screen.
Yep. The meter still drops at the same speed, but when the meter is empty, faith drops slower. Okay, this is where it starts to get gray. Can't really do much here.
Yeah.
But with because Marisa is fast, getting back to the good position for the Mentos fairies is pretty comfy.
Can't do much here.
Okay. Oh, that's fucking crazy. That's a bit of item magneting to draw with. What? I think that only missed the one item. Holy shit. Yeah. I think that's the normal strat for Marisa Z, but still, I was a bit surprised to see it. Yeah.
Waterfall.
Oh, that is a weird strat. Oh my god.
Okay.
That is a very awkward strat. Wow. Okay, Pro POC, trivial as usual.
Didn't drop an item there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Marisa has it easy. Alright, 3 fairies. This is gonna suck.
Looks like they're just gonna use the options to shoot down the middle one.
This is basically like. Oh, he's actually graying the items. Okay, so yeah, that's a bit of a safety, because usually you try to POC the 2 last fairies at the same time. But it's like, at least with Daymovie, with Midas C you can just bomb it because you have a bomb to spare. But with the Daymovie at real high levels, you try to kill both of the last fairies close enough together that you can POC them both. And yeah, Crows completely tripped. Yeah, Crows is free with Midas C.
Alright, Aya is just gonna be a bunch of speed kills.
Yeah. No, of course, it's still Aya. So one thing about Aya is that she never moves during the spells, so the speed kills are very much skill based, other than maybe Storm the RNG.
How much does a shift tap matter?
It's pretty small actually. I don't remember the exact numbers, but like maybe you get an extra an extra couple 100k on a per spell. So yeah, it's a pretty small difference. Ooh, that's scary. All right, yeah, the rest was pretty simple.
Don't die.
Yeah, don't die.
Alright, so stage 5, I think Marisa C can POC almost everything here, but there's still some stuff that is very much not reasonable. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this bit is just completely free. Oh, whoa, oh no, he great too. Oh, that's a shame. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, see, like completely cleared out that part. And same for here. Not a single item lost.
Very good faith preservation as well.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, basically the same thing going on here. Oh,
dropped one. I dropped 3.
Oh, yeah. Grade 3 and dropped 1. So that's 2.5 mil.
It looks like the shift spamming is gives about 24 extra damage per second, which is ultimately not that high. But it's any amount is worth an extra bit of SCV, so
yeah.
Especially if it's like literally free.
Yeah, for Marisa, seeing how optimized you can, how much you can optimize the POCs with even without bombs for Marisa C, I think shift spamming it's still worth it even for element scoring. Also another great.
Oh dear.
Yeah. This is a huge problem for every shot, because the Mentos fire at random intervals. So you can't stream them. So you can't stream them at the top. You can only stream them at the bottom. If you go at the top, you're basically just praying that you get good RNG, and it's really unlikely. So you kind of just have to stay at the bottom for most of it.
Okay, that almost closed into a wall.
Funny game.
Asana is just going to be another bunch of speed kills. Second spell has random movement, so...
Yeah, with Madison that can be a huge problem since you can't move the options. That was a bit of a man Moses.
And then the last 2 spells are static positioning, so it should be fine.
Yeah. The options are barely hitting Sunlight.
Yeah. And then we have stage 6. Oh, they don't have bombs for any of the
but these sections are very easy with Marisa C.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Like you can, like they,
Pretty sure
some of them do.
even for,
Ooh, another great. Wow. I was expecting that.
Yeah, this is actually really similar to just standard. That's
Okay, so this one's gonna be interesting because it's because every single bit of faith matters since you can't gain it back with a bomb.
Yes.
Just so yeah, that's an interesting way of doing it. Just
Preserve that
using
fairy
the-
alive for a long
the
time
regu-
and then, yeah.
Yeah, using the regular shot. And yeah, 975. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. Let's see what another table has.
Alright, now.
Holy shit!
Okay, well. So this spell is a meme casino sometimes. Kanako's movement is random.
Yeah.
All
for
right.
reference,
Wasn't awful.
for reference, the current movie world record was 2.2 build pace until mid of April. Check asks replay, so I remember what's what. Okay, so I was checking. So the old Mario score LNN, the ask replay, that one's 2.114. So let's see how this stacks up. I actually don't know.
Alright, Sauce is
Wait. Oh, I thought that he was gonna move her left for some reason. No, that would be a very bad idea.
Oh, she moved.
I mean, yeah, at that point, yeah, you kind of have no option. But yeah, he's playing it very, very safe. But because it's minus C, it doesn't lose that much. Okay, so 16. Oh wait, I think this is. Oh yeah, I think this is like barely like. No, I think this is like 2.109 pace.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. Well.
Really trying to avoid the micros. Oh man.
Forced a micro and macro, but yeah.
Yep. 2.109.
Let's have a look at the final score again. 2.109.
So yeah, this is not, it's not the highest Marisa CLNN, but it's very, very close. Just those few grays scattered here and there just made the difference.
Moth,
obviously it's still huge GG. I mean, he
It's
probably
LNN.
did this in like 5 attempts or something.
yeah. LNN scoring is extremely niche for a good reason. Like you have to have the consistency to LNN, and then you need to have all the scoring knowledge on top of that. But yeah, just being able to produce a run like this is already incredibly impressive on its own. But I mean,
Yeah.
this score is already pretty damn good, though. Obviously, yeah, it's not quite the highest one.
Yeah,
2
but
point.
Yeah, 2.109 versus 2.114. It's crazy how Marisa C can POC so much that even with LNN it's still a bluff moment.
Yeah. Now, Moth scoring is also a very unique one in the series in that because the PIV is capped so early on, the score difference between top level runs is much smaller than in the other games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet yeah, like probably like every single million in the 2.19 range has been hit by a single person with PBs alone. That's well, except I mean I was thinking daily of course, but like I mean same for like I mean basically every million except I think the only million from 2.2 up to 2.215, which is the world record. I think the only one that hasn't been hit is 1.3, because the world record just kind of skipped from 1.2 to 1.4. But other than that, it's a very steady climb, just trying to reduce the mistakes.
Yeah, more scoring at the very top level is already hyper optimized to a pretty ridiculous degree, and at this point there is a sizable amount of RNG playing a big part. Mediteco being one of the notorious examples.
Normal Touhou mistake. Oh, you lost 100 mil. Moth and whatever mistakes. You grade
one item as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
So yeah, LNN scoring is obviously not as optimized. It's not a very how do I put this? It's not something that a lot of people really go for. I mean, obviously.
I mean, usually when people do it, it's like just a fun random side project.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm basically the only exception to that.
For shame.
So yeah, that was quite something. We ended TRS today on 2 very high level score runs.
Yeah.
We will be back next week with more TRS. We have a Discord server for you to join. I don't think Nightbot posted it in... Oh no, they did post it recently. Let me post it again. If you want to submit your runs, if you want to edit your runs, if you want to request anything regarding your submissions on TRS, then go ahead. There is a inquiries channel within the TRS server that you can post all of your requests on. We have announcements regarding every stream on there as well, and there's a very active community on there as well, with a very large gameplay community in there as well. So join the TRS server if you haven't already. And anything from you guys?
No.
I mean,
did I miss anything?
The entire thing?
I don't know what you mean by what you missed, but...
They were at the end of TRS.
Yeah, well, that's good to know.
TLC 2023, we're working on it, that's all I can say. It might be a bit difficult, and at some point we may be opening up a sort of recruitment regarding staff for TLC 2023. So if you have interest in that, then stay tuned. We might be posting that soon. But it really depends on how things go in the next couple of months. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say for now. Thank you for watching TRS today. We have had a fantastic stream. Next week, next Saturday, we'll be back. Gastari will be back with more TRS, and I'll be back next Sunday to help catch up with the queue even more. At this point, we are covering runs from 13 November, so we're still a month behind, but we'll be getting there soon. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.